It's time to spill the tea.
Hello!
You there, and welcome to A Spoonful of Theatre.
And this is another one of our Spill the Tea theatre review podcasts where we review a local piece of theatre right outside the theatre foyer. I'm TJ, theatre practitioner and director.
And I'm Sam, a teacher of language, literature and self-proclaimed show business lovey. And TJ, we are outside the Ni and Kongsi Theatre. And what have we just seen?
We have just seen Tunggu Sekejap, the P. Ramlee Suite, yes, which is something very, very unique.
Yes.
And a new concept for Wild Rice. So Sam, why don't you explain what we've just seen?
I'm glad you've asked me that, because this isn't like a theatrical production in the normal sense.
Yep.
It's more of a chamber concert. And it puts me back to my cruise ship days.
Cruise ship bell!
There it is. Reason being, during my cruise ship days, one of my favourite shows to host was called The Big Band Show. The music told the story. So we would have a bit of Glenn Miller, a bit of Benny Goodman, etc. That's more or less what has happened today, but in a very in a chamber orchestra style, paying tribute to P. Ramlee, and it was so beautifully created. As a foreigner in Singapore, I really appreciated this show because it's an opportunity to learn some local cultural history. Because P. Ramlee was a musician, a director, an actor, plays, and he's a legendary figure in the Malay movie history from the I think the 1950s and 1960s. So it's a great opportunity for an outsider to learn some cultural history.
Absolutely.
What about you? What was your impressions of this show?
For me, from a creative aspect, basically the inspiration from this, as Ivan was just saying at the end, was that Maestro Julian Wong, national treasure Julian Wong, created this suite based around P. Ramlee's music. And what's really lovely is that Ivan basically said, no, we're going to bring this into Wild Rice. We're going to let the listeners of classical music and string music come and enjoy this piece. But we're going to reach across the aisle. We're going to bring people in from other artistic endeavors. We're going to bring in the theatre crowd. We're going to bring in the music crowd. We're going to bring in different types of local crowd who might not have been to this theatre, but they know the music of P. Ramlee. So this is really what kind of Wild Rice is all about, engaging communities and bringing communities together, as well as, in this instance, bringing different styles and genres together of performance. So for me, that was just really beautiful to see. And it was an evening that surprised me. Because I didn't know what I was coming to. And I think what was really done very nicely, because I've been to concerts where there's been a narrator, and I hate narrators. I despise narrators. For me, there is nothing worse than somebody coming out and reading a script, especially, I've seen it quite a lot in Singapore, where a script is written and somebody comes out and reads the script in a very formal way, and it's all lovely things that they're saying, but there's no emotions to it. You know, somebody's poured their heart into some music, and then somebody comes out so emotionless and reads a piece of narration. What happened here was you had Julian speak so honestly and earnestly and loosely in a character, but it was Julian, you know. Then you had the wonderful surprise of Fadhli Ramlee appear and kind of play the character of P. Ramlee. And that could have been really cheesy, it could have been really tacky. But actually, I think it was done so sensitively and beautifully and just helped tell the world and the story. What did you think, Todd?
Do you know what? It was such a beautiful concept. The thing that I had in my mind was, what would you do if you had the opportunity to meet your hero, or your artistic hero? Like, how would that conversation be? What would that conversation be like? And what Julian has done has brought that idea alive. He's done it with such heart, such tenderness. You could see in his I'm not going to say performance. You can see in his
delivery.
Yes, just how in the moment he is, that he's having this conversation with his hero at the same time. This is what I've done to show how much I love your work, your vision, your art.
Yeah.
And it made me think, like, for me, that would be Judy Garland. Like, if I had the opportunity to share a stage with Judy Garland, what conversation would I have? Who would it be for you?
I think for me, it would probably be someone like Freddie Mercury or someone of that
entirely.
kind of era, because I grew up with all of that kind of showmanship music.
Yes,
so I
entirely.
would love something like that as well.
Yeah.
So, no, I completely agree. That kind of meeting your idols and kind of bringing that to life. But I think on top of that, especially what you were saying about us being foreigners, I'd heard of P. Ramlee, but I have no connection to his films, his music. I've never watched one. I learnt the history in such a beautiful way today.
Yes,
I feel like it's kind of like history lesson come alive on stage. And you know, they really kind of explained a lot of his work and things, and it's made me want to now go and watch some movies and kind of educate myself. And I think that's a fantastic thing for a show like this to have achieved. And I'm sure it will inspire many different people. A lot of people might have watched it, but it will inspire new generations to kind of go and search for the movies and listen to the music.
Quite. Now let's talk about the production. Now, as I say, it's not like a produced play or musical, but there is some production involved here. So I have to say the Nyan Kongsi Theatre was a perfect setting for this show, because it's a 30-piece chamber orchestra with remix. And because of the intimacy of the space, it just gelled so well.
I would love to hear more music and the kind of orchestral things in that space. It was great because acoustically it's been so well designed for theatre, but it works just as well as a concert hall as well. And you're so close to the action, because you go to one of these big concert halls and the music is very over there, whereas you felt a part of this show, which really linked to the themes and the kind of spirit of P. Ramlee and his work and the movies. So I think it's going to be a very personal connection for audiences, especially if you have a connection with this music as well. So that was really beautiful, and I think that absolutely comes down to the direction as well, like what Ivan has done and kind of pieced it all together with sensitivity, alongside Alfian, who was the dramaturg on it as well. So I think definitely that side of the creative team, but of course the kind of center of it is the music. With Remix, who were just a stunning chamber orchestra. I've never seen their work before, and will definitely be following them on social media and kind of finding out what they're doing next, because beautiful.
Absolutely. It was impossible not to get emotional tonight, because it was so beautiful. The music was so, you said it during the show, it says, oh, this is so soothing. And it was so beautifully soothing and beautifully conducted by Maestro Fusei Ming. Just wonderful. And his solos were so emotional. You couldn't help but teleport yourself into that period, into that time. Wonderful. And also there was a bit of multimedia involved as well, because you had the screen there that showed what I would just say clips of P. Ramlee's movies. I wanted more. I really, really wanted more. I didn't think there was enough.
Do you know what? I see why you say that, and I was about to say the exact opposite, that it was just enough, because it's like anything. You go to karaoke, you look at the screen, you stop looking at the singer. If there was more videos, you would have been watching. It's the YouTube culture. You would have been watching the videos.
Yes, quite.
Actually, when the videos weren't there, we were forced to watch the musicians. Because I was distracted every time a video came on, and they were beautiful, and I'm glad they were there. But I felt like that mix was just nice.
Yes, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Talking of looking at the musicians, there was one that my eye was just always drawn to, and it was the percussionist Ridwan Salani. Forgive me if I've mispronounced that, but my eye was always drawn to him because he was smiling. He was so in the moment. He was loving everything that he was doing and loving the environment he was in. So yes, that was absolutely beautiful, Mr. Zolani, and your percussion was beautiful as well. You could really tell you were in the moment.
I think finally, just on top of the kind of multimedia, the lights really help bring it to life as well. Because in a kind of regular chamber orchestra type thing, you wouldn't normally have such lighting. And I really appreciated Alberta's lighting because it really complemented the suite beautifully and helped bring us into that world and in that intimate setting. It was just so subtle, but really brought out and made it very theatrical.
I quite agree. In the conversation between Julian and Mr. Ramlee, Julian said, "Oh, your music was so chromatic," and I think that was done so well with the lighting. Like it brought that to life and complemented the music. And again, it transported me into I think that the story and the environment that they wanted to tell from P. Ramlee's movies. So yeah, absolutely beautiful.
And fantastic sound design by Ansel Shah, always amazing when you're behind that board, so thank you. And beautiful costumes from Max as well.
Yes, lovely. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, as you know by now, when TJ and I go and see a piece of theatre, we always give it a spoonful rating out of 5 spoonfuls, but we never reveal how many spoonfuls we are going to give until the moment has come, and that moment is now. Are you ready, TJ?
Ready.
So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so 4 for you, 5 for me. I'll go straight into it. As I say, I gave it a 5 because it made me emotional, and as I say, it was a piece of cultural history that I really appreciated. I learnt a lot tonight, and anything that's about history, it's really successful if it makes you want to go learn more. And I want to go see more of P. Ramlee's movies. I want to learn more about making movies in this region at that time. I want to see more of that, and the pieces, the movements were so beautiful. Remix did so well. Julian has composed some beautiful pieces there, and it was just a wonderful evening. What about you, TJ?
I share everything you've just said. I think the only reason it was a 4 for me is my personal connection to the piece. And I think for any audience member, that's a part of a show, you know, how you approach it. But I definitely have learnt more and want to go learn more as well. So I think but absolutely 5 out of 5 for the talent and the beauty and the wonderful evening we've had on stage. So fantastic, different production here at Wild Rice. Definitely worth checking out, and you should definitely come down and watch it while it's on.
Yeah, so if you want to catch Tunggu Sekejap, the P. Ramlee Suite here at Wild Rice's Ni and Kongsi Theatre, tickets are available on Cystic, and it's playing until the 30th of August. Right, my tea's on cold, love. Shall we leave it there?
Let's.
So that's cheerio from us. We'll be back soon.
And ta-ra from me.
And to the cast and crew of Tunggu Sekejap, the P. Ramlee Suite.
And to anybody else performing in Singapore theatre,
Break a leg.